Hello friends, my name is Shilpi and I'm working as a technology analyst here at Bank of America. I'm currently in Texas in US. So I have around 4.5 years of experience in IT industry. I was with Tata Consultancy Services a few years back for about three years, and then I decided to pursue my masters here in US. So I did my master's in management information systems, and after that I got my full time with Bank of America. So I have experience working in various domains like insurance domain, finance domain, and energy domain. So because a lot of I was working more into a Salesforce CRM system, which is a customer relationship management tool, and it focuses a lot on your business knowledge apart from your technical knowledge. So that's how I got interested in gaining more knowledge about the functional side and acting as a bridge between the people and technology. And that's how I got here. Talking about my preparation about the PMI PBA. So first I started researching about the PMI PBA exam. Like I was confused between whether to give CB, like the IIBA certification or the PMI certification. Then I came across a lot of articles from Eisenbridge, and then I decided to go for the PMI certifications after after making out what is the difference between both the exams. And then once I started taking the Eisenbridge course, I started watching the videos first, and then once I watched a particular domain, then I read the practice guide, and once I was thorough with that, I took the small 10 question tests which were at the end of each module in the Eisenbridge course. So once I was done with both of them, then I decided to go for the 50 questions assessment test. So I started taking it module by module. I did not pick up anything in between, but just went module by module and analyzed my scores. So in some areas I was good, but in some areas I was very weak, like elicitation and analysis, for example. So while I was attending one of Seema's sessions, I asked her about how to prepare, how to select the correct models and prepare well in those areas, because it was one of my weakest areas. Then as Seema suggested, I started going through the chapter again and watched those particular videos where I was weak in, and then I took those 50 question test again. And wherever I was wrong, I analyzed those questions with the explanation why I was wrong. And even when I was correct, I analyzed what was the reasoning behind the question and why the answer which I chose was correct. Because sometimes you can just fluke it and you can still get it correct, but by going through the explanation, it actually gives you the reasoning behind it. So that's what helped me in the exam. When I was giving the exam, I realized that because I went to the explanation properly, I went to the forum properly, that is how I was able to eliminate the wrong answers first and select the correct answers from there. And in like 2 weeks before the exam, I made it a point to give the full length test. Like Eisenbridge provides 2 tests, so I gave one test before 15 days and one test I took just 7 days before the exam. So through the bigger practice test, my main aim was to time myself, because 4 hours sitting for 4 hours for this exam is a little bit difficult. So I timed myself that in 1 hour I need to achieve 50 questions. Like at least I have to attempt 50 questions, and that's how I got used to it. So in the final exam, when I was timing myself, I was almost at my target, finishing 50 questions in a while. And then in the end, I was left with a lot of time to have a look at the marked questions. So that's how I prepared for the exam. So what I did during the preparation of my exam, like first I picked up the need assessments. Then I also read the different testimonials and the different different testimonials that people put on the Izenbridge web forum. So that helped me kind of give an idea what all parts are necessary for preparing that module. So I made sure that I give special attention to those parts of the module. And once I was done with that, I gave the assessment test, the 50 question assessment test. And then till the time I mastered the content, I kept going back and forth from the book, from the video and the test. So in order to practice each module well, I made sure that till the time of the exam, I took like 2.5 months preparation for the exam. So I attempted those 50 questions assessment exams 4 times. So once I got a feel that the questions are repeating themselves, I stopped giving those questions. And then my main focus was to take the bigger test and time myself so that I know like I'll be able to complete the whole 4-hour exam properly. So in the 4 exams, my target was that in first hour I need to complete 50 questions. So if I complete 50 questions in every hour, I'll be able to complete all the 200 questions. So in the exam, after 3 hours, I was able to complete 150 questions. In the end, the questions were like 1-line questions. So it was easier for me to finish those in half an hour. And then whatever time was left, I went to the questions which I've marked for a review because I was not very sure of those questions. And then if I thought that I need to change, I changed it. But otherwise, I think whatever I gave in my first attempt from the gut feeling and whatever I could recall from my preparation, I think those were correct. Talking about the forums. So forums was a very good way in the end to take a quick revision. So I would suggest that people should attend should be very responsive in the forums. I was not one of the people who were very responsive, but I made sure that I went through all the posts that were in the forum. How it helps is that if you go towards a question and you see how different people have approached the same question, you get an idea of how your thinking approach is and where you're going right and where you're going wrong. So that tool helped me well just 1 week before the exam when I was wanting a quick revision. It's always better to refer the forum instead of going through the practice guide again and the videos again. So it gives you a quick snapshot there. And for the elicitation, for the sessions by Seema, which Seema used to conduct, so I attended few of the sessions. I was not able to attend all because of the timings here. But whenever I attended, even though if I didn't ask questions, listening to the questions which different people, different students put in, it helps you a lot in order to clarify the particular topics. And thus it helps you in better understanding, in-depth analysis of that topic. So that's how these tools were helpful for me. So for the PMBOK parts which were included in the PMI PBA, it was very new for me because I'm not PMP certified, but I went only through the videos. And as Saket mentioned in the last PMBOK video that we should watch that again so that we have a better understanding of the project management areas. So I made sure that I view it again so that it helps to build my knowledge because I was new to that area. Apart from that, I had the Rita Murarki book, which I studied, but I did not go in depth because I realized that while practicing the questions, that whatever was shared in the videos was sufficient in order to crack the exam, and that's what I felt during the exam as well. My advice to all future test takers would be, so do not worry and stress about the PMBOK area much. If you study the collaboration points well in the PMI PBA practice guide, you know what is the distinction between a project manager and BA, and where the BA should collaborate with the project manager and where it should collaborate with other team members. So that will give what I felt was PMI PBA exam focuses mainly on if the BA is aware that there should not be a duplication of work, where he needs the collaboration, and where he can avoid a duplication of work. So I felt that the collaboration points were sufficient in the book. If you have experienced something like that in your work, you can figure out easily that how it goes. So I felt that the Eisenbridge videos were sufficient to cover the PMBOK areas, and one does not need to go further than that in order to get in those areas. So my advice for the test takers would be that do not spend a lot of time preparing for the exam. I feel that 2 to 3 months is sufficient time for preparing the exam. Second would be that timing the exam is necessary. 4 hours is it's a very long time in order to maintain the focus during the exams. So timing is important. Then I would suggest that's what I used to talk to a lot of people who have already taken the PMI PBA exam on LinkedIn, and different courses to me as well, that apart from Eisenbridge course I should study other reference materials as well. But I'm a kind of person who like to read limited resources, but that should be read properly. So I think that Eisenbridge videos, the whole course, the assessment test and the practice guide, the forum and the sessions are more than enough to crack the exam, and one does not need to stress more about it. Like I was always after Siva saying that I have no hands-on experience on BA and how I would crack the exam. But in the end, I felt that we need to trust the course material, and that will help us clear the exam along with the efforts put in.